In today's episode of Football Manager, we are going to be playing Milan in the final Champions League group stage game, a team who are currently second place in the table. We are currently fourth, and the bottom three positions can all change. Milan can finish anywhere in second, third, or fourth. We can finish anywhere second, third, or fourth. Ajax can finish anywhere in second, third, or fourth. PSG are boring and have just won the league. Also, in between episodes, we have gone on a run. We're conceding goals. We are conceding a lot of goals, and it's because I've reverted back to Bazunu, although I've sold him. He's going in January. So we've beaten Basel, we've beaten Luzern, and we've beaten Servette. We're going to be going back to Enrico Fleury for our Champions League game today. We're also going to be playing Young Boys in the Cup. That's the league. We're going to be playing Young Boys in the league. So I think we've got ourselves our set or preferred starting 11, and this is going to be it. Obviously not that, that's the Milan team. This is going to be it. Fleury in goal, Schmid, Lasada, Khan and Aragoni, Kapsevich and Agume, Elliot, Raffia, Braff and Brenner leading the line. Brenner, by the way, has almost scored 30 goals this season. He's on fire again. He's picked up, I think, £500,000 in bonuses because of the amount of goals that he has scored. We need to beat Milan in Italy. Not going to be the easiest thing to do, is it? 9 minutes on the clock. It's back to Joan Khan. Is he going to go for a run? I don't want him to go for a run. He's a big centre-back. He shouldn't be doing it. Fleury to Lasada. Back to Fleury again. Dominic Schmid, who should be being replaced in January. I need to find myself a good left-back to replace Schmid. It's towards Braff, but he can't get anywhere near it. Riddle Baku to Brahim Diaz. Now Rooney. Ball forward. Finds Ciro Immobile. Fleury comes off his line. And Immobile dinks him, and it is 1-0 to Milan. 9 minutes on the clock. And if we lose this, Europe is done. PSG have taken the lead against Ajax, which is something you'd expect, and that kind of does help us out a little bit, but we still need to win our game. So it doesn't help us out at all, does it? Does not help us out at all. Joan Khan with the ball. He's going to go for a run. Aragoni back to Khan, all the way back to Fleury. Milan are putting the pressure on. Khan again gets it. Eventually we just go long towards absolutely nobody, and Milan can now come forward. Luis Alberto ball forward towards Immobile. Fleury's going to come out and collect that one. Nothing has happened so far when it comes to a highlight, so I'm putting my money on there's going to be a goal or a very good chance of a goal. Fleury, big kick over the halfway line. Raffia's not going to win the head. If he flicked that headed effort on, I would have put money on we scored. Brahim Diaz, through ball to Rooney, in on goal. Fleury doesn't stop it. It is 2-0 to Milan. And I think our season might be over when it comes to Europe. And by think, it's over when it comes to Europe. There is obviously still plenty more Swiss teams. I think 4 more or 3 more Swiss teams. Maybe 4 Swiss teams still in European competition. I haven't seen how they're doing at all. And we just need to hope that they are doing much better than we are. They are playing in the Europa League and Conference League, so you'd expect they probably would be. Nunez's ball plays it forward, finds Rafael Leao in the middle. It's Theo Hernandez. Now Nunez again. Immobile. Leao's not going to get there. In fact, Aragoni with a volleyed pass back to our keeper. We're not doing very well at all. Jaden Braff's on a 6-2. Brenner and Elliott 6-4s. Agume's on a 6-4. Schmid's on a 6-3. Not even looking at what's going on in the game. It's going to be 2-0. Fair enough. Fleury comes out, claims it. Still no actual highlight that has taken place, has it? So we need to get the ball forward and not keep passing it to them. He's offside. That's not going to count, right? I'm pretty sure he was offside. And if I think he was offside, chances are he wasn't. He wasn't offside. Who played him on? Like, who actually played him onside? Is it Joan Khan? I feel like Joan Khan might have played him onside. I mean, we're not even going to see it. Doesn't even show us the lines. Also, to add insult to injury, it is 2-2 between Ajax and PSG. Terrible. Absolutely terrible game of football. Nobody is playing well. Nobody at all. A 6-6 is not a good performance. Kapsevich is the only one who is arguably playing average at the moment. 60 minutes on the clock. The second half has been non-existent when it comes to any form of football taking place, I guess. Brutan's going to come on. Pusic is going to come on. And Billing is going to come on. That's all of our subs. We can't really do anything. Fleury is the only player who seems to be redeeming himself now. Lasada's on a 6-8, so he's doing okay. Dominic Schmid needs to go. He needs to be replaced. Aragoni is ready for bed. Benjamin Sesko's just scored for PSG, so they're now 3-2 up. It's a corner for Milan. We've seen nothing of the second half. We've managed to get the ball clear. It's Lasada, the big Colombian centre-back, to do it. Rooney's going to keep the ball alive, though. towards this man. Veldhuizen could be his name. Not quite sure. Riddlebaku to Frestesi. Luis Alberto. Now Guerrieri on the left-hand side. The Milan team is so good. Admittedly, we got a very difficult group. We got the best team in France, arguably the best team in Italy, and arguably the best team in Holland in our group. We got a very tough group. It's a ball forward. Theo Brutan's in. He takes a couple of touches and he's tried to lob the goalkeeper when he's half a foot in front of you. That is the most ridiculous idea you've ever had. Well, that's the full-time whistle then, and it's a 3-0 defeat. We had XG. We had equal XG, and we're just awful. We were just awful. We weren't good enough. You're getting a water bottle. Demotivation for Fleury. No, that's fair. I'm going to say you were good. You did well. You looked inspired. Everybody else was rubbish. And that's not the bit of news you want to be reading when you're trying to do a Building a Nation save. We are out of Europe. We are completely out of Europe. We don't go into, well, as far as I'm aware, we don't go into the Europa Conference League or anything like that. We don't. Finishing bottom gets you absolutely nothing. That's pretty bad. We're going to go forward now to the Young Boys game in the league where we have just been good. We are so much better in the league than we are in Europe, so that should be a nice, comfortable win. And we haven't seen us win on camera all season so far. So, you know what? Let's actually have a win in Season 6, shall we? Also, we're going to take a look to see how well the other teams in Switzerland have done in Europe. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that 2 of them have at least got through to a knockout round. It's the day of the Young Boys game, and we have some bad news. Kapsevich is out for 6 weeks to 3 months with a dislocated shoulder. He did it in training, which is really irritating. So we are missing our young Bosnian central midfielder who is a Wonderkid perfectionist. You could not really get much better than Kapsevich when it comes to the dream central midfielder. Really, he's going to potentially be the best central midfielder in the world, but he's missing now for potentially 3 months. Let's look then at other teams in Europe for Switzerland. It looks like we've got Young Boys through. That's one team through to the Europa Conference League. Basel as well getting through their group, going through to the Europa League knockout round. That is good. And St. Gallen have finished bottom. Okay, so St. Gallen didn't do very well. They did as well as us. In fact, they technically did better. They actually won a game, didn't they? So what does that mean for coefficients? And actually, because we're losing a 4.75, we've already blasted that completely out of the water with a 7.2. 3 teams still in Europe as well. Was it 3? 2 teams? Some teams still in Europe, so that number is hopefully going to go up a little bit higher, maybe to an 8. If we can push to an 8, that'll be ideal. When it comes to coefficients for next year, we are moving up to 7th. We are potentially moving up to 7th place, which means not a lot, really, does it? It means absolutely nothing. Going from 8th to 7th means nothing. Going to 6th, that's the next big leap, because that means we get 3 teams, 2 in the Champions League, 1 in the Europa League in the group stages straight away. There's no qualification. They're just straight into the group stages. That's the goal. That's the main target. So a little bit of rotation for our Young Boys team today. Muheim comes in as our left back. Obviously, due to the Kapsevich injury, we have to basically do a big old rearrange in midfield. El Jazawi as well is going to be playing as our left winger. It's going to be Billing and Caicedo as our central midfielders for this. There you can see the league table. We are topped by just 2 points, but goal difference-wise, we are flying, absolutely flying. Most of that is because of Brenner. Free kick for Pershers to take 10 minutes on the clock. Lasada is there, and the big Colombian has scored. Is it going to count? He's celebrating. It is going to count. Lasada is going to get, I think this is his first goal. I don't think he's scored for us just yet. Getting VAR. It has been awarded. We take the lead, and it is Denilson Lasada's first ever goal in Switzerland. And I'm glad it was on camera. And we are straight into another highlight. Kamara with the ball for Young Boys. Raquelme. Where are you going to go? On the right-hand side to Maldini. Got some pressure on him, though. We're playing, as I mentioned earlier, Muheim is going to be our left-back today because Schmid just doesn't seem to work, does he? He's not very good. Every time we've seen him in the Champions League, he's been horrendous. Muheim hasn't been registered for the Champions League, so we haven't been able to basically use that option. It's a cross in. Imeri's headed effort goes over, wide, all of the above. Still 1-0. We're seeing the goal kick as well, though. So, literally, probably the last 7 minutes. Maybe not 7 minutes. Last 5 minutes of football, we've actually seen all the highlights for Hamza Rafia to El Jazawi on the left-hand side. Stops, goes and plays it back to Caicedo, who's annoyed that he doesn't get first-team football. So, in a way, The injury to Kapsevich is quite good for Caicedo. It's a long-range effort from Miro Muheim, and he's got his first goal of the season as well. It's 2-0. I'm not quite sure how Muheim and Lasada have both scored goals. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'll take it. Petar Pusic, oh my word. That is filth, my friend. Absolute filth. By the way, we have won goal of the month 3 times out of 4 this season. I think that might be number 5. Muheim with the throw to El Jazawi. I realise I've just said number 5. That might be number 4. Pusic on the volley over the bar this time. He scored 1 Weldine and wants to get another. Muheim again with the throw. El Jazawi now. Raffia on the left. Has to go back to Miro Muheim. Plays it on the ground. Raffia, El Jazawi. It's blocked. Alan Haragoni with an effort. It's a good save. Raffia, how have we not scored? Brenner collects it. All the way back. Philip Billing, for some reason, sat in the right back position. Aragoni to Billing. In the middle towards Caicedo. The flicked head isn't going to find a blue and white shirt at all. That ends the highlight. I'm not sure how we're 3-0 up with an XG of 0.5. That's ridiculous. 10 minutes left of the first half. El Jazawi goes all the way back to Fleury. Lasada to Billing. Where are you going to go? Back to Pershers, playing as a centre-back today. Obviously, sometimes plays as a right-back. Alan Aragoni on the halfway line invites Petar Pusic forward down the right-hand side. 3-0 up and no goals for Brenner as well. That's also something quite impressive. Pusic to Billing to Raffia. Through ball to Pusic. Is he going to curl another one in? Tries to put it in the top corner this time. Goes just over the bar. Half-time then, we are 3-0 up. And I think this comes to show that we are hitting the point. We're not necessarily there yet, but we are hitting the point where we are good enough to win the Swiss League quite consistently. We now need to make the next step to be able to be competitive in Europe. That's the next thing that we need to try and do. And in order to do that, we just need to spend money and people need to want to join us, and they don't want to join us. We've got a huge amount of money in the bank because we qualify for the Champions League and we never really spend too much money. El Jazawi through to Brenner. Brenner's effort is not very good. Van Bournemouth can hold on to that one. 60 minutes on the clock. 3-0, all the goals in the first half. I think we're going to do a change or two. Jankovic and Brutan are coming on, so Brenner and Hamza Raffia are coming off. Jankovic, I want Jankovic to get good, and it's just not working, is it? Lasada's almost got his second goal of the game and of the season, and it's cleared off the line. Amari's collected it, but I don't think anything else is going to come from this highlight. It does not. Final 20, Brunner's throw. Fastnack controls it. Now Ryder. Ryder all the way back to Lauper. I mean, they've done absolutely nothing. Petar Pusic has nicked that ball away as well. Goes off for a run. Loses out to Brunner, though. Pusic really should have passed that ball a lot earlier to Brutan in the middle. Fastnacked. Stops and holds up play. Brunner, the left back for Young Boys. We've got 20 minutes to basically... I want to get a couple more goals, really. We've scored at least 4 goals in the last 2 matches. Can we do it again? Riquelme, ball forward on the ground. We should be getting there first, Miro. How did you not get there first? Pershers with a superb slide. Aragoni's not going to get there. Fleury decides that one's going over the bar. It hits it, but does go over anyway. Final 10 minutes of the game. Let's do some more changes, shall we? Have we got any kids on the bench? Yes, we do. Talili can come on for Alan Aragoni. We've got... I mean, Jaden Braff can come on. Sure, why not? We'll take off El Jazawi because he's played well. He can get himself a little round of applause. And Vukalic. Why not? Vukalic can come on. This might actually be Vukalic's debut for us as well. We brought him in and he just never gets anywhere near the first team. The full-time whistle goes then, and basically everything happened within the first, 15 minutes of the game. And then after that, we just peppered their goal and just didn't score. But we won the game 3-0. Good result. 7 wins in a row now in the league. Admittedly, when you see the teams we've not played the toughest sides, apart from Basel. But, I mean, you look at those results. We're winning and scoring goals. 2-1 is our lowest scoring game, but we are still scoring a lot of goals in that, aren't we? That's ridiculous. Next episode then, where are we going to go? Somewhere in March, I guess. We're going to go through all the way through January. I'm going to try and sign a left back because we really do need to get ourselves a decent left back. Not sure whether we're going to have the space to register him, however, but we're going to try and do something. And then, yeah, we'll come back in March for Luzerne and Lugano. Sure, 2 matches that we should easily win. And then it'll be the run into the end of the season because basically, there's not a lot left for us to do this year. And as I was mentioning earlier about our finances, this is the situation we are in as a club. We have £55 million in the bank, £28 million transfer budget, and we can't really spend it. Nobody wants to join us. So if we sort by players who are interested, and it is mildly, slightly interested, that's what it's called, we can have a look at some of the people. And that Charlie Torres is the most expensive. He's good. Is he going to change our game? Is he going to change us up completely? You've got players like Frank Onyeka. Like, these are not world-class footballers. He's not a bad footballer by any means, but he's not a Champions League standard footballer. And that is what we are kind of missing out. We're only getting 3-star world reputation players. We want the 4 stars. That's what we need. We want 4-star world reputation players. Then maybe we might be able to do a little bit more damage when it comes to European football. Or we go for somebody like a Verratti who is 34 years old. He's going to cost a lot of money financially when it comes to wages. And he's also 34. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea, is it? We need a left back. He's not a left back. George Bello is a left back. We probably can't register him, but maybe George Bello is somebody that we bring in as our new left back. I'm going to have to do some looking off camera. This is kind of the list that has turned up. I will make sure that we come back next episode with a brand new left back in the team. But thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time with more Football Manager. Thanks for watching.